The YTB Fat story is easily one of the wildest we've ever covered on this channel. From losing everything in a house fire to surviving over 20 shootouts, YTB Fat has battled through some of life's toughest challenges in his relentless pursuit to build a better future for himself and his family.
I've probably been in like 20-something shootouts or something.
A young man walking the street with an Uzi and another with a big pistol behind him.
After calling police, he heard dozens of gunshots.
An arrest has been made 2 months after a 16-year-old boy was shot and killed while playing video games in West Memphis.
In a local crime alert, West Memphis police arrested 3 men in connection to a deadly shooting. Officials say the shooting happened Saturday morning just after 10 on South 19th Street.
You know, he got real smoke in the city, like, niggas talking about, fat dude, fat nigga out there, man, don't let the fuck that shit, bro.
YTB Fat's life has been shaped by hardship since the very beginning. Born around June 2001, the young track boy Fatt had to undergo open-heart surgery at just 6 weeks old. He had a twin brother, now known as Fox BD, and his family called Fatt a miracle child, a title he would live up to in more ways than one. Raised mostly by his grandmother in West Memphis, Arkansas, near Foxwood Street in the Westwood Apartments, Fatt grew up where everyone knew his grandmother as Auntie Bobby. Without a bedroom of his own, he slept on the couch every night, in a home just an hour's drive from the penitentiary, a place he often joked was a stop everyone had to make before leaving the city for good. Even as a kid, Fatt had the instincts of a hustler and a gambler, openly hosting dice games in 4th grade and teaching his classmates how to gamble by age 10, turning his classroom into a mini casino after learning the game from his cousin Bankroll Freddie, who was his childhood role model. But that role model relationship would later take a dark turn. At 15, Fatt began to see the streets for what they really were. One day, while hanging at his grandma's house eating cereal with friends, one of them stepped out to get more but never returned, fatally shot before making it back. Fatt described that time as brutally hard. He would hit the floor 3 times a day to cry, but still forced himself to make it to the dice games to survive. A year later, tragedy struck again when his cousin CB asked for $10 to go to the store. Fatt gave it to him and told him to keep it, not knowing CB would never return alive. And if that wasn't enough, the following year, Fatt lost another loved one, again inside his grandmother's house. Fatt had been trying to mediate an argument between cousins when, as soon as he turned his back, gunfire erupted. He turned to see his cousin on the ground, only to realize the shooter was Frankie, the man he had once looked up to as a role model. Covered in blood and disbelief, Fatt tried to catch his cousin's last words as he died in his arms. Surrounded by violence for so long, Fatt eventually found his escape in music. His brother Lil Cam was the one who pushed him to start recording after years of Fatt making skits and dances during his teens. By 18, he began seeing success with his Punch series, which ran for 3 parts. On Punch 345, Fatt cemented his reputation as a ladies' man with the bold lyric, "I'm taking every girl, you can call me Fat Usher."
Bitch, you can't plug a fat boy cause he the plugger. I'm taking every nigga bitch that I see, you can call me Fat Usher, yeah.
It's worth noting that during this time, he was also going by the name Fat Boy. And while Fatt liked to flex here and there, he always stayed humble. Even after building a fan base at school, when people asked how much a feature would cost, he'd only charge them $35. Around this time, you can see what I believe to be his first music video, Ho's Wicked, featuring his brother Lil Cam. Their buzz grew so loud in the city that local outlets like Mid-South Media reached out to interview him early in his career. In that interview, we see a raw, unpolished version of a young Fatt, openly telling the audience that he was a known GD member and had already been involved in over 20 shootouts.
Man, I swear to God, I ain't even lying. Like, I probably been in like 20-something shootouts or something.
Yeah.
Niggas just come through shooting their head.
Not to mention, he also walked viewers through the very scene where his friend Z was gunned down right on the side of his grandmother's house.
Shot like, he got hit in the back of the leg. They was saying all types of shit, man.
Yeah.
Niggas really don't know real.
After that interview, Fatt knew music was his calling and his ticket out of the hood. In 2019, he kept his foot on the gas, dropping a new music video every month. He even mixed in skits, reenacting scenes of himself being arrested by the feds while rapping lines like, "I'm with some GDs and you can get blue back." In the video for Close, Fatt took it even further, imagining his own death. It was clear he was struggling to cope with the constant death and violence around him, battling dark, self-harming thoughts. By now, Fatt's name was buzzing heavy in his city, and he was performing live at local shows, like one where he opened for Lil Bowie. Things seemed to be going great. Fatt and his crew linked up with friends, had a successful performance, until suddenly, Fatt collapsed and suffered a seizure. Thankfully, he recovered and walked away from the incident. Not long after, he was back giving interviews, like one on Famous Animal TV, where he credited Lil Cam for getting him into music. though Cam was unfortunately locked up at the time, suspected of murder.
You doing this music shit, like what got you into this shit?
Lil' Cam, really. I was the first nigga he got on the song with this shit. But shit, his ass on the murder right now and shit. This shit.
Lil' Cam.
Facing a lot of time and shit.
This shit worldwide. Real.
This shit state to state.
State to state, right? This shit worldwide, man. This shit real.
Really like that, really.
During this interview, he also opened up about the time he was shot.
Man, nigga, everybody nigga can't really been shot some or shot it or shot.
Hold on.
I been shot on the next street over, like over there and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga hit me with my back was turning shit though. This shit really, shit was hot in the motherfucker over. Man, fuck all that other shit.
Damn, so like it actually be a lot of beef shit going down over here.
Yeah.
And in a strange twist, during that same interview, it almost looked like YTB Fat was about to be caught in the middle of a shootout. Moments like that made it clear. Fat was no stranger to living with trauma on a daily basis. But if getting shot and losing countless friends to the streets wasn't enough, his next blow would be devastating. Fat got word that his house, along with everything he owned, had burned down in a fire, leaving him and his family broke, homeless, and without a single possession. But this is YTB Fat we're talking about, the biggest hustler in West Memphis, and as expected, he came up with a plan to bounce back fast. Despite losing a pound of weed in the fire, his friend Clutch Frenchie convinced him to try something completely different, selling juice. And not code for syrup, actual juice, with his own branding. As wild as it sounds, the idea worked. In just his first week, Fat made 6,000 selling bottles at $5 each. That quick comeback lit a fire under him, and he went on a relentless run, dropping 8 music videos back to back, racking up over 10 million views. One video even showed him wearing a MAGA hat, and he released the track. Twin Towers on none other than 9/11. With the buzz came recognition everywhere he went, but also a wave of hate. Fat had faced violence and loss before, but his next tragedy hit close. His aunt was gunned down just days after he'd been with her. This loss shook him so deeply that he immediately grabbed a gun and set out to avenge her death. Call it divine intervention or pure fate, but while he was literally on his way to handle that drill, Fat's phone lit up with a text that would change his life. Moneybagg Yo was reaching out, saying he was a fan and wanted to sign him to Bread Gang. Skeptical from being lied to so many times growing up, Fat hesitated, but his doubt quickly faded when Moneybagg delivered on his word. Before long, Fat was in Times Square pulling racks from the bank, and the deal was sealed over a company dinner, with Bread Gang officially announcing him as their newest artist. From that day forward, everything changed. Fans soon saw Fat flexing on IG with a full bust-down grill and chain, and he showed no signs of slowing down. He dropped several singles, with the most notable being Shot Off Gumbo, featuring Fat Wizza and Moneybagg Yo, now sitting at over 17 million views, and Get Back, which has topped 26 million views. Fat had undeniably made it to the big leagues, a status cemented when Lil Durk was seen on IG rapping along to Get Back. Riding that wave of clout, Fat went on a press run, doing interviews with DGB Media, On the Radar, and the one that really turned heads, $1 Million Worth of Game, where he and Moneybagg Yo sat down for a private jet interview. In that moment, the world got to see exactly why Moneybagg believed in taking a chance on YTB Fat.
That nigga voice, that nigga just talking. Like that nigga, like you know, like some people like you hear, you be like, okay, they just another nigga. I ain't never heard this shit. As soon as I heard this shit, my big brother, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Joe, he played that shit for me. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Where he at? I'm ready to go to West Memphis and everything. I go pick this nigga up.
You ready to go back down the way?
Yeah, I'm ready to go back down the way, but shit, he kind of flew on to Miami. Shit, the rest was history. Made it happen. That's the video. Then we did the video you saw, signed them, broke that bag out for him, gave him 4-5 chains, you know what I'm saying? Like.
He also revealed that Fat would constantly show Moneybagg the death threats he received, all while fighting the urge to go back and spin the block.
You know, he got real smoke in the city, like, same shit, like, he in the tour with the whole city, in the city like this big. You know what I'm saying? The city this big, nigga in the tour with the whole city, so he's sending me Facebook videos or screenshots, niggas talking about, Fat this ain't fat, your nigga out, nigga down, and da-da-da. Man, don't let the fuck that shit, bro. Like, we ain't on it.
Moneybagg Yo continued to keep his word to Fat, featuring him on his new album, Hard to Love, alongside Lil Durk on the track. Rock Out, and bringing him along for his larger-than-life nationwide tour. It's fair to say, Moneybagg stepped in at the perfect time to make a real, positive change in YTB Fat's life. But Fat wasn't about to slow down. In fact, he kept pushing, dropping 10 more videos in 2023 alone, racking up over 50 million views, and releasing 2 projects, Who is Fat and Fox is Only, making it clear to the world that he's here to stay. He was later spotted in another hood vlog, this time with his friend Ma, who had just been released from prison. Viewers also got a glimpse of the very couch Fatt slept on every night growing up, as well as hearing from his father, who recalled the miraculous open-heart surgery Fatt underwent at just 6 weeks old.
Had an open-heart surgery when he was 6 weeks old. And to see him now to come to who he is, it's a blessing.
Now, I wish I could say Fatt's rise to mainstream fame was all smooth sailing, but with the spotlight came some heavy drawbacks. Friends began switching up on him, and to make matters worse, Fatt publicly accused Playboy Carti and Travis Scott of stealing his flow on their track. Fiend. Taking to Instagram, he voiced his frustrations, claiming he'd received over 500 messages from fans pointing out the similarities. While neither Carti nor Travis responded, the controversy still fueled Fatt's growth. By 2024, he was practically a household name, millions of views, a mainstream cosign, and a nationwide tour under his belt. Through it all, Fatt stayed grounded, remaining sober and continuing to push forward, dropping 15 more music videos in 2024 alone, collectively pulling over 60 million views. One standout was Nah Conspiracy V2, featuring Lil Durk, which racked up 20 million views by itself. He also dropped 2 more projects, On Mission and The Richest Fox. And if that wasn't enough, hit the road with none other than Rod Wave. By the close of 2024 and into 2025, Fatt's dominance was undeniable, and much of that success traced directly back to Moneybagg Yo's support. Still, when Fatt revealed a tattoo of Moneybagg, it caught fans off guard, though it was clearly a heartfelt gesture, especially considering Moneybagg continued to show love, even surprising Fatt at one of his shows. Fatt's journey is nothing short of remarkable. This is a man who had every reason to give up and let the streets win, yet through sheer persistence and hard work, he built generational wealth for himself and his family. That said, Fatt never strayed far from his roots. After dropping his latest collab, Ghetto Fox, with Rio Da Young OG, fresh out after serving 5 years for a gun charge, the track already amassed over 21 million views. Now, with his own headlining tour kicking off March 28th with Screwly G opening, Fatt has cemented himself as a force to be reckoned with. One thing's for sure, YTB Fat will keep breaking barriers and making his family proud. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.